Once upon a time, in the most beautiful city in Palestine, Haifa, of course. It is the most beautiful, isn't it? There was a beautiful girl called Saraya. She had very long black hair, like the long dark black nights of December. Her face was like the full moon of August. She was not only beautiful, but also clever. Everyone loved Saraya, but Saraya used to love the sea. She loved everyone, of course, but she loved the sea the most. She walked every day by the beach and whispered her secrets to its waves. She didn't know someone had fallen in love with her. One day, as she was walking, someone shouted, "Saraya, who is that?" She replied. He said, "I'm the ghoul." She replied, "Are you trying to scare me?" He said, "I'm the ghoul of the sea. I love you and I want to marry you." She said, "Listen, I've promised myself to marry only who my heart beats for." He said, "Okay, maybe your heart will beat for me." She replied, "No way." So he built a tall tower in a nearby small forest. He built a small room in the top floor with a window facing the sea. When he finished, he went down to the beach and saw Saraya passing by. He kidnapped her and went up the tower. He took her to the upper floor. He had to take her whether she liked it or not. He told her, "This is the window facing the sea. I will come to visit you every day and bring you whatever you want." Everybody at sunset, he stood under the window and shouted, "Saraya, the love of the ghoul, put your hair down." She would do that and he would climb quickly. He brought her diamonds, gold, food, drink, dresses, and everything any woman would dream of. He would ask her, "Will you marry me?" She'd reply, "No, I promised myself to marry only who my heart beats for." Saraya would stand next to the window, look at the sea, missing her family, and sing, "Woe to me, the ghoul has kidnapped me, and I have no love."
خطفني الغول وحبيب مالي يا ويل يا ويل يا ويل حبيب خطفني الغول وحبيب مالي.
So, are you ready?
Yes, we are.
Okay, I'll go and change quickly. Love you, son.
How beautiful you are. Really? You're going with your mother and leaving me alone? Okay, as you like. But buy me something along the way. As you like. I swear it's okay. I'll give you a lift and leave you alone. Because you're busy. You're too busy, huh? You don't have time, right? How beautiful you are. How beautiful and precious. Okay, as you want. As you want, young man.
Oh, Sado, I'm ready. Amir, let's go, son. Just to close the doors. I need to do something first, okay?
Okay, come on.
Okay. Okay. Let's go. You close the doors, and we will wait for you next to the car. Come on, honey.
شو عملنا؟
What have we done?
ضل يتدخل كل وقت.
Come, let's open the door. Open the door.
يلا نكبس.
Here we are. I press the button. My lovely son.
ايش يابا؟
What is it, son?
ماما امسك.
Be careful, honey.
هون هون.
Here.
برافو
Bravo.
برافو.
Bravo.
استنوني دقيقة أميرة وهي برجع.
Just 1 minute.
تأخرش ماما.
I won't be late.
هون
Yes, here.
يلا وقف اسعد.
Stop here, Asad.
يلا هيا يا زلمه يا
No, son, we will move in 1 minute.
يلا ماما ما بتأخرش وحياتك. كان من نفسي زمان أعمل هاي الشغلة.
I've always wanted to do this, to place the words Camel's Valley instead of Ain Hiyam.
لا مش اسم.
It's the original name of our neighborhood. They imposed the new name on us, and no one dares to object.
Right.
شوف قديش
Let's see how long it will last.
كل الورقات اللي حطيتن أنا. يلا.
Come on.
يلا.
Come on. You are happy. Are you happy? That's right. So you want to practice the story now. Who taught me to tell stories? That's right. When you were born, I was supposed to tell you stories. They told me to tell you stories. My son Amir was born 29 years ago. He was my first child. He has brain paralysis due to a medical error. Amir was the first person I narrated stories to. I learned the stories from my father and copied him in telling them. Because of Amir, I became Dennis, the storyteller from Haifa. Would you let John put gel on your hair? Would you, Johnny? Next time, don't cut it too short. Please. It's nothing. Nothing happened. Don't be afraid. The jar just fell. Let's see.
أوه.
Oh, that's really nice.
يلا شكرا.
Beautiful.
حلوات بجنن.
Thank you. Say thank you to Johnny. Thank you very much, Johnny.
جوني الله يخليك. يلا باي.
Goodbye. These are the kids of religious people. This is their school. They don't live here, do they? No. These religious people don't belong to this city at all, nor to this neighborhood. Keep holding these for Grandma. Well done. You are a great guy. I'm really proud of you. You really do help me. You are of great help. Lift your legs.
حبيبتنا إليني إحنا ارفع رجلك يا ماما يلا هذا برجلك سمعت أنت هوب 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 يا هلا وسهلا
Welcome. We are here.
هلا وسهلا
Welcome.
أهلا
Welcome, welcome. Eleni, please prepare my passport for me. I'll go and make coffee and come back.
قهوة يلا رافع
Let's go inside. Amir, tell Grandma what you did. Sit down, Will, grandson.
يلا
Here is the coffee. I'll put it here.
حط هون والباسبورت لقيتيه
Have you found my passport, Mother? Give it to me. Thanks, Mother. May God be with you.
صح أنا دينيس جبران
I am Denise. I am a storyteller from Haifa. The art of storytelling has been my profession for the past 10 years.
أبوي كان أول
I
واحد
learned storytelling from my father. He would tell them to make me quiet. He was a school principal, but also a storyteller by nature.
أبوي كان يآمن
My father believed that our Palestinian story is like everything which is Palestinian. It can be stolen by the Israel and turned Israeli just like our heritage, which is being stolen. Our dresses, our food, hummus became hummus. And above that, our homeland, especially Qisaria, in which my father was born and raised up to 1948 and couldn't return to later. Hello, I'm from here, Qisaria. My mom was born here. I want an ID, not a passport. But the passport says Qisaria. I came to visit the house here. There are no houses here, there are monuments and a nature reserve. The houses are over there. What about the mosque? Give me 10 shekels. The mosque is here, right? If the mosque is here, then my house is here too. How old is your house? What? Don't piss me off. Just give me the 10 shekels and go wherever you want. Is that what you say? My parents were born here. The houses of the millionaires are here. The Palestinians who were here one day. That was long time ago. So what?
35 והיא בסיזריה. מה את אומרת על זה?
כולם משלמים פה, זה לא קשור.
לא קשור? לא, אבל אל תגידי לי הורודוס, כי היא נולדה פה. שהייתה פה פלסטינה, מה גברת? לא, לא.
And what about what's written here about my mother, who was born here in 1935 in Qisaria? What do you say? Everybody pays here, ma'am. What you are saying is irrelevant. How's that? Don't tell me it was long time ago. My mom was born here in Palestine. This is a soldier and she's paying. Was I born in Honolulu? I told you my mom was born here and I came to visit. It's not about money. What's going on? I'm telling her it's not about money and my mom was born here and she's saying my mother was born in the time of Herod the Great. I'm making myself clear. Herod, my parents came from Italy. My mother and father came from here. Why are you talking like that? I'm being polite. That's not your business. Well, I don't like listening to you. Of course you don't. Well, I don't like listening to you. Of course you don't. I tell stories everywhere and you are telling me it's not pleasing. Listen to me. If my mom came here, she wouldn't buy, then why should I? She's loud. I only wanted to make clear I'm from here and I was polite, but she was getting loud. Look, my mom was born in Caesarea, 1935, and so was my father. They should admit that there were people here. There was a mosque. Thank you. My mother comes here. They tell her you can come in for free, but the others must pay. Caesarea is located in the most beautiful place in Palestine. It's the same as 420 Palestine villages, which were destroyed and whose inhabitants were expelled in 1948. My parents were born there and I love it because of my dad. Today, Caesarea has become a historical site. They confiscated all of its land and they prevent its people from coming back. I'm originally from here and so are my parents, but I come here as a tourist. I must buy a ticket like a person coming from Italy or Romania. However, I consider myself luckier than many other Palestinians who cannot come and see their country. Or maybe I'm unlucky after all, as grief has killed me. This is the school despite the attempts of distortion by adding a glass building next to it. It's made of two parts. One is the teacher's house and the second is the classroom for grades 1, 2, 3, and 4. My father went to it. He finished reading the Quran twice here. He then moved to Nasra to complete primary school. These stairs were not here for sure. It's an external stairway. The school was very close to the sea. In the break, my father used to run to the shore. He'd place his fishing rod in the water and come back to the second break. He'd collect his fish and put the rod back in the water. At the end of the day, he'd go home with a few fish for his mother. My father told us many stories about this school. Hi, Khitam. Hi. I'm late as usual. How are you? I'm fine, but hungry. Are you? We are going to Deir Hanna today. Let's go. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
I'd like to write a song about our Palestinian story. Each of us has a story in his heart. I'd like to gather all these stories. That's a great idea. I'd leave nothing out. A story from Jalil, Jenin, Naqab, Jericho, Jerusalem, and Ramallah. To Al Battuf. We'll pass by Battuf now? Yes, Battuf. I love the Battuf's watermelons. My heart really attached every time I pass by here. This is a settlement, right? Now you are my guide. What's the name of the settlement? Manof. The settlement was built after Land Day, right? But they resumed their expansion plan afterwards. After the Second Intifada in 2000, there was a clear plan of Judaization. Did they stop it? No, they increased it because of the killings which happened. Yes, of course, those who were betrayed in Araba. They closed the roads. Oh yes, the young men from Deir Hanna, Sakhnin and Araba who closed the roads. They closed the roads and blocked them from the main roads. This is the first time you tell me this. The men were killed here, not Sakhin itself. And what's the name of the settlement? Aftilan. Hello, Mai. How are you? My condolences. I'm fine. How are you all? Fine, thanks. How is Yusuf? I hope she's good. Thanks God, she's okay. She misses you a lot. This is my friend Khitam. Hello, Khitam. How are you? Welcome. We will go to see Yusuf. See you later. Bye. Thanks, Khitam.
I'm Yusuf.
Hello, Yusuf. How are you? How is your health today? Are you good? She looks better. Shall I stay here with you? Do you remember her? May God bless you. I feel it's very important to listen stories from Yusuf and other elderly people, to learn them by heart and pass them on to the next generation through storytelling. The stories they inherited from their parents and grandparents through hundreds of years are becoming extinct. When they die, their stories will be lost and no one will tell them. I'm saving a large part of our spoken heritage, our unseen heritage. I feel that it's my responsibility to look for all elderly people and pass on their stories so that they are not lost when they die. What happened today with your grandma proved to me the magic of stories. When you told me she was very ill, I said I'll just come to visit her and maybe she'll know me. I'm lucky to be able to listen to her. Yeah, you know each other. But when I heard her story, I felt it was my duty. Thank you so much, Denise. I had a great day.
Bye-bye, Denise.
Bye-bye, Denise.
Bye.
Yusuf reminds me a lot of my father's stories. This is why I'm very touched. She's ill now. I never heard her fisherman story before. It goes like this. Once upon a time, there was a fisherman. He had a son and a daughter. He lived in Akka. He was neither rich nor poor. His son grew up and started saying, "Dad, take me with you." The fisherman would refuse. The boy would plead. The father would reply, "Son, I can't take you with me. The sea is dangerous." The son kept nagging. The father took him at last. When they were in the middle of the sea, they threw the net. The net shook hard, so they started to pull. At last, they pulled out a huge fish, 10 times the size of our house. The fisherman told his son to wait as he brought his neighbor's truck to take the fish home. We will eat and feed our neighbors and everything. He said, take good care of the fish and don't let anyone steal it, or else I will punish you. The father went. As the boy was watching the fish, someone called him, "Hey, you boy!" Was the fish speaking? The fish said to the boy, "Could you put me back in the sea?" The boy replied, "I can't. My dad would kill me." The fish said, "Please do it, and I'll give you a piece of my skin. When you need me, just burn it."
ابوي بخنقني بقتلني بذبحني. قالت له وحياتك رجعني على البحر وخذ هي القشره من قشراتي واي ساعه بدك اياني احرق القشره. هاي رام الله. هيك بندخل على رام الله.
This is Ramallah. We walk in from here beside the wall. Then comes the checkpoint. The famous Kalandia checkpoint, surveillance towers, Abu Faris, duty-free, coffee shop from Ramallah. Shall I stop a taxi?
التاكسي. أفضل أوقف التاكسي.
It's better to take a taxi outside the checkpoint.
بعد طلع من قلنديا لأنه
We won't pass through Hizma. They close the direct route to Ramallah. To get to Ramallah, we must take a 15-minute turn. If there is traffic jams of festivals, then it could take an hour and a half. I usually walk past the checkpoint and take a taxi from the other side. This is the Ramallah duty-free.
هذا ديوتي فري رام الله. ولا مرة بعرف وين.
I don't know where the exit
وين
is.
صارت الطلعة؟
Where's the exit?
ماشي حدا. من وين الطلعة؟
Let's ask someone.
كل مرة
Where is the exit?
من وين الطلعة؟
Where's the exit?
بسكروا
Yes, I want to go to Ramallah.
بس هي لقيت الفتاة.
This isn't my first time here,
بيعملوا لي تمويه.
but every time it's different.
هون
Here,
بشكل عام بيكون في
some boys sell things,
بسمي هذا المحل.
so I call it duty-free Kalandia.
Are you going to Jerusalem?
No, I don't want to go to Jerusalem.
إيه لا رايحة على رام الله جوا.
Beit Hanina?
No, to Ramallah.
تاكسي طلع.
You want a taxi?
Yeah, but I walk a little bit further.
أكتر شيء بوجع إنه
The most painful thing is that the checkpoints have become a normal thing. The separation wall is also normal. The wall is growing longer over time, and I can't get used to it. I can't stop feeling bitter and heartsick each time I pass from here. Here we have a barbecue duty-free. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
This is the Kalandia barbecue duty-free, right?
Yes.
But where are the sellers today? It's early.
It's early, yeah.
Thank you. I sometimes buy pillows or vegetables from here. Kalandia duty free. They change how things are ordered sometimes. These rocks are new. The tower is black. Have they painted it or what? Sometimes there are clashes here with the boys. The boys throw stones and the soldiers fire tear bombs. I wish I could someday gather the people here and tell them my story about Ramallah, about my grandma who was born in Ramallah. I'm proud that she's from the Yusuf troop, one of 5 troops which established Ramallah.
يوسف اللي واحدة من 5 حمايل اللي أسسوا رام الله.
Hello. Yes, Denise. Where are you? At Salwadi? I'm close by. I'll be there in a minute. Have a good day.
Good evening. I'd like 2 glasses of pomegranate with a little ginger. Best shop in Ramallah. When did you first open this shop?
Since the 70s. Hello.
How are you?
Was I late?
All the time you do this. We've kept Audi waiting, but she will wait for me. She likes me.
Yes, she likes you a lot.
We are late.
You go from the other door?
ايوه سهل.
This bag is so heavy. I'm used to fascinated the seatbelt. You put it behind your back? Cheating. Where are we? I keep forgetting this place.
This is Ain Yabrud. We're between Dor al-Qara and Ain Yabrud. This is a new road.
How did you used to go to Dir Jarir?
From Betin.
Are all these sub-roads? What's that? Another settlement?
This is Bet Il. It spreads from north to the south.
Uh-huh. I called you the other day. I and Asad were going to come here on Friday, and you told us not to because there were clashes with the soldiers.
Yes, you'll see the place at the Silwat Junction.
What's this settlement?
Ofra.
Does Aufra spread to the Silwat Junction?
Yes. One settler wanted to take a piece of land to expand the settlement, but the residents stopped him and he retreated.
Really? Is Aufra close to Silwat?
Silwad and Deir Jarir.
Did they take land from here?
They took the land from Deir Jarir.
Was it owned by people here?
Yes, it was owned by people from Deir Jarir and Silwad. Do you remember when the soldiers caught us masked?
Yes, of course. I remember that.
خالك قلت له خالي بأمريكا. لا بس وقفنا وقتها.
We waited for like 2 hours on a checkpoint. Our country makes you laugh and cry at the same time. The clashes took place here, right?
Yes.
ملانة حكايات.
لا أكيد كل حكايات. هون كانت المواجهة.
Yes, yes.
Is this the land they retreated from?
Yes, do you see the mountain over there?
Yes.
They wanted to confiscate the other mountain peak.
Oh, but the man from Silwad stopped them. Hi. You want to greet him first, yes? No, I don't want this. How are you? We have came to listen to some stories.
I hope we weren't late.
No, it's okay. We'd like some tea with sage. With mint. No, with sage. Okay, you got it. This address is the same as yours. The same ornament. Is this ornament famous here in Dir Jarir? Yes, it is. Does it look good on me? Makes my face brighter?
This is the Ramallah dress. The original Palestinian dress. See the color?
And what are these called? Hooks. A Palestinian dress with hooks.
من منجل يعني.
منجل ثوب منجل وفلسطيني.
I like this bucket the most.
تحطي
الموبايل.
You bought the mobile phones. These days, women put their phones here. In the past, they used to put their money here. I'm going to Sharka in this dress to tell your story. You can do that. But you need to tell us how the story began.
كيف عايشة ليش هدوا البيت.
How is Aisha? Why did they destroy the house? What happened to you? They took Aisha from the house. Did she participate in a military operation in Jerusalem? She carried out the Jerusalem operation. She came home and they came to arrest her. She was released the next day. She wanted her to tell them where the weapons were. But she didn't know. They pulled her eye out and put it back in place. A week later, they came at 7 a.m. and told us to get out of the house. You had 2 children then, Ouda and Naila, Thaira and Thair. 4 then. They were all young children, 8, 10 years. School children came to help me take the furniture. I said I don't want it. The house is gone. They asked me where I will stay. I said I'm going to stay in the street. They demolished the house 5 seconds later.
شو بدي في الأثاث أنا؟ إلا هم بكل وين مش تقعدي كتلة في الشارع بقعد. 5 ثواني فيش 5 ثواني إلا الأبواب هذا في وادي هان نازل في
They demolished it. Yes. Our house larger than this one. It was a 2-story house.
أكبر طابقين.
Yes, bigger than this.
طابق نازل وطابق فوق وطابق نازل.
There is upstairs and downstairs. I went to collect some wood and I sat by a fig tree. I stayed there for 6 months. A kind man came and built a small house. I stayed there for another 6 months. I lived beside the fig tree for 6 months and in the small house for another 6 months. The house had no door. My mother-in-law would sleep at one end of the doorway. Where was your husband? He was in Amman. He escaped? They smuggled him before the house was destroyed. He was wanted? Yes, he was wanted, so they smuggled him to Amman. So you, your mother-in-law, and children were left here. Yes, Aisha was in prison, and the rest of us were left here. One day we wanted to install a door. We couldn't get through from the Israeli soldiers, so they knew about it. They were watching you. Yes, they did. And there were soldiers? Yes, there were soldiers, officers, and military cars. They were everywhere, people everywhere. These people? I thank God for everything. This was our fate.
يعني الحمد لله رب العالمين. شو بدنا نعمل؟ هي قسمتنا.
But you were responsible women. You raised the children, took care of the plants and the land. Thank God I raised them well. So you took care of the children, the house, and your mother-in-law took visits to the prison and took care of the land. Thank God the harvest was good. I plowed the land with my kids. We would rent a donkey and bring the olives on it. There were no cars. Thank God. We lived a decent life.
الحمد لله رب العالمين ها. وعشنا أحسن عيشة.
You then gave birth to another 4 children afterwards, Ra'id, Omar, and Muhammad. I mean 3. May God bless them. I brought them from Amman, so they are imported. They put me in a prison cell. He told me you went to Amman so that they buy weapons. So they accused you of smuggling money for the militias to buy weapons. I told them I plow my land and I give them money. not the other way around. They put me in a prison cell. They had no mercy on you. A pregnant woman with children. Not at all. They asked me where my children were.
I'll bring the tea.
I told them my children were with the neighbors, and they are in good hands.
هاي المعودة.
Yes, Amaude. I gathered some wood and put it under the fig tree. I put it a cover in fear of scorpions biting my children. How long did you live like this? 6 months. It was summer? Yes. I stayed 6 months under the fig tree and then built the house and moved there. It's an amazing story.
حكاية حلوة مع كل الوقت.
Yes,
مع كل
a
الوجعات
sad one.
جبت لكم إياه.
But I had those
يلا
children.
نسوي زيتونة.
Let's go do the olives? Yes, let's go. I want my share of the olives this year. The children have picked them. Now we are going to crack them. Teach me, I don't know how to do this. We'll crack them and soak them. The whole thing then. Yes, the whole process. We will fill in the bottle with water and add it to the olives. 2 or 3 days later. So I won't take them with me today. Make your preparation. I can't. Come on, crack them. Great. Go on, crack. So Aisha was in prison for 10 years. 17 actually. She was freed in the Jibril prisoner swap, and you were always visiting the prisons. So you know them all. Yes, all of them.
مش مقصرة بحاجة.
والله ما قصرت في حدا.
الله يخليكي.
May God bless you, Aude. I went to Naqab prison, Majiddo, Gaza, wherever Aisha was placed.
وين ما تكون عايشة.
You would go there, take her some food and visit her. They didn't allow food in, but I smuggled it. We experienced all that.
أكيد حكايتك.
Your story is that of Palestine.
حكاية فلسطين.
We went through so much.
أنا من وين جاي بتعرفوا؟
Do you know where I've come from?
حيفا في بحر. في
Haifa. Yes, Haifa. There is a sea and hills in Haifa. Who knows the name of the hills? Does anyone know?
كرمل عظيم.
Carmel Hills.
جبل الكرمل.
Carmel, good.
مكان. جبل
Once upon a time, there was a jungle in Carmel. A big, big jungle. Who's the king of the jungle?
الأسد بس كان حكيم.
The lion.
وكتير عادي.
This lion was very wise and just.
بقول السلحفاة.
Whenever the turtle rode with the rabbit, it would go to the lion. It would say, Your Majesty, the rabbit has hurt me. Save me from him. The lion would solve the problem justly. All the animals would seek the help of the lion. Once there was a duck in the jungle. It woke up in the morning, looked in the mirror and said, Oh no, I've grown too fat.
حوالي الشجر.
I've a big belly. I have to play some sport. It started to run around the jungle between the trees. Then it went to swim in the pool, singing along. I am the duck swimming in the pool. They asked me for my ID card. I said it fell in the water, right? The duck was tired. After it finished jogging and swimming, it said I want to have a rest. It looked around for a tree to protect it from the sun and found a large oak tree. You know oak trees? Yes. It put its head to sleep under the oak tree. Aude, I have to go now. Really? Where are you going? To Jerusalem. Jerusalem, lucky you. Why am I lucky? You can go to Jerusalem, but I can't. I know. I have a blue ID card. You have a green one because you live in the West Bank. Say hello to Jerusalem. I will. Thank you for everything. Bye. I'll visit again soon. Please do. Bye.
هاي المرة.
ما تطوليش علينا.
إن شاء الله. باي حبيبتي.
يلا مع السلامة.
Good morning. Is business good today? Hopefully good. Thank God. Take a look at these natural products. My hair looks bad, doesn't it? I was really touched by this school. When we did the workshop here with the mothers and the students, read loud. I thought I'd come back and see the children. Student numbers have gone down because of the conditions surrounding us and the settlers.
صباح الخير كيفك؟ وتمار رايح على السرايا عم يورشي مع الامهات اللي كانوا عندكم قبل بمره. قلت ميل هيك زمان ما كنتش. حابه كثير هيك لانه عن جد اثرت فيها المدرسه لما عملت الورشه مع الامهات وقرأوا هون للاولاد بصوت عالي، وفكرت هيك ارجع واشوف شو الاخبار، شو اخبار الطلاب.
بدأ عدد الطلبة يقل جدا بسبب الظروف المحيطة فينا، يمكن وجود المستوطنين هون فقل عددهم. يعني أنا تقريبا
I've been teaching here for 13 years and student numbers are very low because of the harshment. The settlers harsh you? They started harshing when I first started teaching here. They throw stones and water on us. In the evening, we gather a lot of trash. Sometimes the trash fills the doorway. Peace be upon you. Peace and blessings be upon you. Good morning. Good morning. How are you kids? Fine, thank God. This is Dennis. She's a storyteller. Today she's visiting your class. We are going to show her the settlers' assaults on your class. Here are the windows. This window is the most. They play down here. The building is big. I didn't imagine it was this big. I thought it was just a small flat. There is a door here, so it's next to the door of the Church of Resurrection. But now they use the main door. There are many families living here. Yes, many families, about 80 or 90 families in this building. They used to play here. Yes, a playground, a small playground. They used to throw stones and water bottles on us. So we installed these net windows as protection for the children. Thank you so much. You are welcome. Thank you for the clarifications. Sorry of taking your time. I'll come back again. You are always welcome. I have to go to the Saraya now. Have a good day. Thanks.
أي حرام بالعشرة بعشرة.
Hello, Hiba. How are you?
صباح الخير صبايا.
Good morning, girls.
شو الأخبار؟
How are you doing?
أكتر كتير.
I miss you too. I'm very happy to meet with you again. I haven't been here for a long time, and I miss you a lot. I'd like you to be part of a project taking place not far from here, in Red Khan. The Red Khan is a Bedouin gathering between Jericho and Jerusalem. There are Israeli plans to wipe it off the face of the earth. It will be an expansion area for settlements. I'm working with a school in Red Khan. I gather folk tales from the children. The aim is to preserve our heritage. We will do the same as I did with you. We gathered folk tales from Jerusalem, and I encourage you to retell them. It's the same situation here. The place is under threat, just like Jerusalem and the rest of Palestine, but in different ways. Each place has its own suffering. Today I'll tell you the story of the Raud Khan. There was a lady named Hello, Miss Halima. Welcome. How are you? Fine, thanks. I'm happy to see you and the children. I'm glad to see you too. Where have you been all this time? Here I am, back again. The children had so much fun the last time. They want back to tell them stories. How beautiful you are. Who misses me the most? Me. I really love you. I miss you too. Who did I promise to tell him a story? Me. I've kept my promise, and Miss Halima is happy to see us together in school again. Welcome at any time. I love you all so much. Let me go with Miss Halima for a bit, and we'll be back. How is the school? I see you have built a couple of extra classes. The school is good and we are developing it. Student numbers are increasing. We have had many new students this year, about 45. Each class has 2 or 3 new students. Boys and girls? Yes, boys and girls. You have a new 8th grade also. Yes, many of students could have dropped out. Hadn't we opened 8th grade? Few students can go to Jericho to complete their education. So we opened an 8th grade class to prevent school dropout.
قليل جدا من الطلبة اللي ممكن إنه ينزل على ريحة، ممكن 1 أو 2 يعني. فإحنا طبعاً فتحنا صف.
Hello. عاملين عقلي.
You are quiet. Hello. You make yourself quiet when I visit you. Let's arrange ourselves. Let's make a circle. Quickly. Everyone in a circle. Girls, come sit beside me. Hurry up. All in circle.
البنات تعالوا قربوا هون جنبي قوام. تعالوا كلنا نقرب نعمل دائرة.
Girls, come here.
يلا.
Let's all come closer and make a circle.
تعالوا اعملوا هون نص دائرة. هون.
Girls, complete the circle. Complete it.
كملوا الدائرة. كملوا. أحمد تعال ساعد أحمد يتذكر الحكاية.
Ahmed, let's help Ahmed remember the story.
احمد ومحمد ومين
وسعيد.
Saeed. Saeed. Ahmed, take a deep breath. I'm sure you have practiced well. You will tell the story better than me.
اول ما نبدي بالبديه
First, we will begin in the name of Allah.
كان في
There was once an old man who had 3 boys, Ahmed, Muhammad, and As'ad.
كان هذا احمد اكبر
Ahmed was the eldest.
كان يقوم في الليل
He always woke up at night to drink water.
قام يدي يشرب ميه كان اشرف ايش كل شيء
إيش بدك تحكي؟ بدنا نحكي.
So what do you want to talk about while we talk? I want us to talk about everything. Naughty Muhammad, stories. Where do you get all these stories from? Your whole family tells stories. I'm keen that all the family tell stories.
لا يعني هيك هذا شكل.
All this walking is so tiresome, but you are used to do it. Do you wish you lived somewhere else? No, I'd like to live in my birthplace. Really? Yes. What's the name of this settlement? Welcome. Muhammad, where have you been? Let me kiss you. Hi, Naifa. Where have you been? I didn't see you at school. I went to get some medicine for my mother. You went there? Naughty Muhammad, where did you go? To Jericho to get medicine? Really, I'm proud of you. I missed you today. I did some training and asked where Muhammad was. They said he ran away from school. I said, why has he done that? How are you, pretty Naifa? Are you going to tell us stories? I'm going to tell a story. What's your name? You are in school now. Fida? You are in 1st grade. Well, now sit and tell stories. The goat will be in the book. Where is my goat? Here? Where is Denise the goat? I'm very happy to meet you. I've heard all your stories from Noura. I'm lucky today to come here and hear them from you. Welcome. Thank you. Noura told us the story about the rabbit and the philo. Our grandparents used to tell us those stories. He told him to bring some bread. Then he went.
زودنا يخرفونا اياهم راحوا كانوا هات خبز راح الزلمه اخر الرغيف نازل عشان هي وحده بدي كانت
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine.
How is everything?
Fine.
Do you know we will be writing a book with 2 stories from the Red Khan, from Noura and Ahmed, hopefully in a month's time.
This is a great effort.
Thanks. These are also your efforts and that of the town. So what's new here?
There's a court order to demolish the school on the 15th of November. The order is always postponed for a few months, but there's no alternative. We can't go anywhere else. This is classified as an Area C. The Palestinian people were displaced in 1948 and 1967. But the Jahalin Bedouins are displaced every year. Each year they come and tell us this land is not ours.
How long have you been living here?
We've been living here since 1952. Our tribe is present between Hebron and Jenin. 90% of us are concentrated in this area. There are no Palestinian villages or refugee camps from the Dead Sea to Jerusalem. Only the Jahalin tribe. If they remove us, the whole area will become Israeli, from the north of the West Bank to its south. You would need a permit to go to Bethlehem or Ramallah to visit your family. This is the whole story.
You say you were displaced in 1951, not during the Nakba. Why?
Yes, not during the Nakba. Because the Palestinian people were displaced in 1948. But in the Negev desert, the Israelis came to the tribe leaders
You are from Tel Arad,
and asked for all the young men of the tribes to serve in the army.
the Israeli army.
Yes, even the families with one son or no sons at all had to give a camel with its entire load as help to the Israeli army. Our leader refused to do this in 1948.
The Jahalin tribe leader.
Yes, he alone. He didn't accept the idea at all. They negotiated with him in 1948, 1949, and 1950. So in April 1951, the Israeli militias, Stern and Haganah, attacked the Jahalin houses and killed 5 people. Their names are documented. They also burnt down 15 Bedouin houses and stole a large number of camels and sheep. The people ran away to the east of Hebron. This place was under Jordanian administration. The Jordanian authorities came, as did the Red Cross, from the Israeli and Jordanian sides. They told us to stay here and promised to return us to our homes today, tomorrow, next week. We're still waiting for that day to come.
Like all refugees.
Like all the Palestinian people.
But you are still being displaced.
Displacement hasn't stopped. It happens every day, every week, every year. You Bedouin, get out of here. Go there. This land isn't yours.
They put you in fixed gatherings, which you refuse.
Fixed gatherings and economic war. They put us in fixed gatherings and blockade us economically. We're not allowed to pass 100 meters this way or that way. Bedouins live off cattle, which need large areas to graze. They put us in prisons and are kept inside. Settlers expand in all areas, and no one tells them off.
The school has been there for 3 years.
5 years.
And now you have 8th grade? I was happy to hear that.
Yes, 8th grade and 128 students overall.
I was very happy to hear that. I hope the school remains and we can keep gathering folk tales. You have a beautiful heritage. The students are more aware now and they know me well. They know my stories, which are originally theirs. Thank you so much, Abu Khamis.
You're welcome.
Thank you, see you.
This cloth used to be manufactured by an old man in town called Asad Shawar. The factory has now been closed for the last 40 years.
They used to call it shower cloth.
They used to call it shower cloth. Yes, he passed away. His son is now a big merchant called Abdul Hamid Shawar.
Why did the factory close down?
Because they started importing from abroad, from China and Japan. This is 100% cotton.
They weave it themselves?
Yes, in the factory. Fabric is categorized by being cool in the summer and warm in the winter. It is 100% cotton and is named habar. Habar. This traditional dress was made in a village close to Hebron named Samua. It's all handmade. People practice this business a lot these days to use the revenues for university fees, or to do pilgrimage in Mecca, or to pay for the doctor. They have no money, so they sell us their dresses and rugs also.
Hello? Hello? You are welcome. I'm close to Azazin Mosque. Walk straight past the mosque. We are beside the doorway. Go up the stairs to the second floor. Turn right. You will find some pictures. I'm coming to meet you.
Yeah.
I'm Zlicha. You're welcome. I see you have vegans. We have vegans, chicken, rabbits. Are they yours? No, they are our neighbors. This is called the chicken market. Really? It used to be. But now there is only this shop and that one over there. They are both owned by the same person. But in the past, this place was full of chicken. It was part of the market, an active one. This used to be Hebron's main market. We used to be able to drive past here and get out before they built this wall. Before building this wall, they placed a fence. But for security purposes, they built the wall afterwards. The wall was lower than this, but then they built it higher because we complained. We used to carry out activities here for mothers and children, plays and etc. So I used the area very well. Yes, that's nice. The settlers would throw stones at us. So we filed a complaint to the international observers who raised it to the Israeli side. The solution was to build the wall higher, not to stop the settlers. No, they can't stop the settlers. That's probably the first time someone asks to be shut off. We ask them to place fences on our balconies, to raise the wall higher. We asked for being prisoners in our own homes. See the tragedy we live in. Nevertheless, we are happy. I hope you always will be happy. This is our house. That's not the main entrance. The main entrance is from here. The kindergarten is up there. This main entrance was closed after they closed the Martyrs Street in 2003. We opened this doorway. You have many plants here. This is parsley.
عشان ننسى البؤس اللي برا نعمل البؤس اللي هون بالخضار تفضلي.
Come in. This is my mother. And this is Denise from Haifa. She is a storyteller. Welcome. She comes to Hebron to visit us and the kindergarten and tell stories to the children, to collect stories from Hebron and to hear the Martyrs Street story. They closed off Martyrs Street 20 years ago. No Arab is allowed to walk in it. It's for Jews only. I will show you the Martyrs Street. Okay, Denise? You see the cemetery there. If the street were open, I'd cross it and visit the graves of my grandparents and family. They're next to us. I need a whole hour to reach them. From here, it's 1 minute. Imagine. People are prevented from communicating with each other. Martyrs Street passes from the north of the city to its south. Some families were forced to leave their homes. Evacuation. Yes, they evacuated them because they placed the face and the wall. I also saw houses down there made into military sites. Yes, they also are not allowed to live in their houses. Also, 1,080 shops here were closed by military order. The military order was to close off the street, but the shops were also closed as a result. Only settlers are allowed to drive their cars through here, in addition to UN cars. We Palestinians are not allowed to use the street at all, under any circumstances. As you can see, we live in cage. You'd be surprised to know that we were the ones who built this cage. Why? To protect ourselves. You can see the stones here. Who throws these stones? From down there in the street. They pull all this effort to throw the stones this high. They throw stones despite the metal nets. Last week, anyone going past night or day would throw stones at us and smack the door. Their aim is to kick us out of our homes. They disturb us as much as they can to get us out of our house. When I first thought of opening kindergarten in this place, the place was near dead. The presence of children and people brings motion and life. The kindergarten is more of a social center. Many activists are trying to bring life back to this place.
يعني نرجع الحياة هون.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you, sweeties?
Fine, thank God.
Are you happy?
Yes.
Good. See who I've brought with me today? This is my friend. Her name is Denise. What's her name?
Denise.
Denise would like to tell you a story. Are you going to listen to her?
Yes.
Yes. I leave her with you. She likes little children like you. She's going to sit with you and tell you a nice story. Are you going to listen to her?
Yes.
Shall I leave then?
Bye.
She will sit with you. Bye-bye. Shall we begin?
Yes.
The story?
Yes.
Once upon a time in the old days, when Denise is talking, everyone listens and no one falls asleep. When Denise is talking, my name is Denise, everyone listens and no one sleeps.
With a key.
So, my name is Denise, and Denise is a name of a fish. Where does the fish live?
In the sea.
I live next to the sea in a city called Haifa. Do any of you know Haifa?
Yes.
Has anyone been to Haifa?
No.
Is Haifa in Palestine?
No.
It isn't? Haifa is in Palestine. I'm Palestinian from Haifa. I came from Haifa this morning. I came from Haifa in a car. Haifa is next to the sea, which lies all along the coast of Palestine. I've come to tell you stories. One story, actually, a story I heard from children in the Red Khan. It's called The Rabbit and the Ring, the ring which is put in the nose. Once upon a time, there was a little rabbit. The rabbit lived with his mother in their house in the little garden. One day, his mother brought him a present, a nose ring, like an earring, but it put in the nose. The rabbit was very happy and said, "Thank you so much, Mom." The mother said, "Listen, son, watch out and don't lose the ring." He replied, "Okay, Mom." As you can see, this is the wall and the people have put grids. You can also see the garbage. We don't throw it, the settlers and soldiers do. The Palestinian house here, but over here, it's all part of the settlement. So it's a settlement in the middle of Hebron. Yes, it's the oldest and largest settlement. No, not the largest, but the second largest settlement in the old city. I see they throw stones, so you have these nets. Yes, they throw stones and garbage, so the people have put all these nets to protect themselves from them. Every day the settlers throw stones, glass and whatever. They go to the army post. If you walk up there, you can see it. There you can see the army post. They walk from the settlement up to the post within the eyesight of the soldiers and throw things at the people. Of course, because they are children, they are underage. But if it were a Palestinian, like in this house there, last year they were repairing their ceiling. which was letting water into the house. The house owner went up to repair his roof, so all the settlers and soldiers came and stopped him from doing so. All he was doing was repairing his roof. But here, they throw stones, harm people, and attack them. But no one does anything to stop them. It's not allowed to live in these houses here. Those are the windows of these houses. It's not allowed to live in or repair these houses for an important reason. The settlement is the opposite side. The settlers object to any repairments in this area, and they are expanding, of course. They are not limited to one place. They keep stealing more houses. This family here, they came and threatened them several times, saying that if they don't leave, they will kill the whole family. They offered them money. The father's name is Sadiq Qnaybi. They came more than once and offered him money, but he refused to leave because it's the family home. They told him that if he does not leave the house, he will have to fear for his children and family. They probably told him that if he does not sell the house now, they will get it for free later. They said the same to my family in 1948. The Jewish man came to my grandfather and asked him to sell his house. My grandfather refused. The man said to him, "If you don't sell the house now, I'll take it for free later." The same is happening here. Yes, they always try to tempt people. Farewell. We were happy you came. Me too. We are happy to have met you. We hope this is not the last visit. God willing. We will expect you to come again and again. We will get you stories and addresses from Hebron and the neighboring villages. God willing. I must come back to see the kids and tell them more stories about Haifa, so they learn that Haifa is Palestine. See you. God bless you. God bless you. Thanks. You see, bravo. Stories really bring happiness to our hearts. That's what I do with the kids. I invite them to my stories. I tell them to come and listen. I take them through stories not only to the coastal areas, but also teach them about the homeland. Come with us. That's what we want to say. Come on. We are going on a journey in our imagination to Yafa and Haifa. We want to merge all areas of our homeland without eliminating number 48, 67, or 65. Haifa is the same as Gaza and Rafah and Yafa. This should be in our hearts so that we get the message out. Our stories must be from all areas, and we have to unify all the scattered parts of the nation on the stage. We have brought stories and want to unify the homeland through these stories. We must tell the stories with happiness, although we know things are bad. But at least we give our homeland from our hearts and help making us closer.
I know an old lady.
Yes,
She tells folklore.
Mustafa, you told me about?
Yes, we'll go. This is a good opportunity.
Yes, well, I'll go. This is a good opportunity. Yes, I gather stories from everywhere I go to. This is the best gift for today. Thank you. Yes. I bothered you, Yel. Yes, I bothered you. This is Imauda's dress, and today I will be telling her story. The story of most Palestinian women. Imauda is a lady from Deir Jarir, a small village next to Ramallah. It is a calm and very beautiful village. There lived a young girl named Nijme, who later became Imauda. At the age of 14, a young man named Faris fell in love with her. He was 19. He married her. He stayed with her for 40 days only, and then immigrated to Brazil to make some money because he promised to build her a house never seen before in Deir Jarir. Abu Aud traveled away for 6 years. He returned and found that his son, Aude, had become 5 years old. He stayed with Aude for another 40 days and traveled again. He returned 3 years later with money and built the house he had promised her. He now had a daughter named Naila. So now they had Aude and Naila. Count with me now. Abu Aude brought the construction drawings with him from Brazil. They even say he brought the wood with him. He built Aude Nijme a house unprecedented in Deir Jarir and even in the whole of Ramallah. But he didn't have enough money and had to travel again a year later. Now they had their daughter Naila. Abu Aude had a sister named Aisha. You all know her and her story, I hope. Aisha participated in the first military operation in Jerusalem and was imprisoned. The house that was built with hardship, money, travel and suffering of Abu Aude and Aude was demolished in less than an hour by the Israeli soldiers. Before they tore it down, they said, "Women, take out all the clothes and furniture from the house. She replied, "If the house goes, what need will I have for the furniture and the clothes?" She left everything as it is, and they demolished the house. The only thing left was the door, which ended up in the valley. Audi talked, "Come on, Julie." Aude, Naila, Thaira, and Thair, and went to sit with them under the fig tree. They stayed there for months. Then came the autumn, and nearby was the winter. It was getting cold. What could she do? A kind man, Audi still doesn't know his name, built her a small room out of tree branches with no door. She gathered her kids and mother-in-law and lived in it. The neighbors told her the house door flew over into the valley. She said, "Please get me the door." She got the door, which still exists today as a kitchen door for her son Audi, who now has his own kids. Audi wanted to know where Aisha was. She also missed Abu Audi. From time to time, she would go to Amman. The bridge border crossing wasn't like it is today. She would go to Amman and return pregnant. The soldiers would ask her how she became pregnant. She would say to them, "What is it to you? This is from God." They would say, "Which God? Are you another Virgin Mary?" She would reply, "That's not your business." She gave birth to Ra'id, Umar, and Muhammad. Abu Audi was here in Amman. She would take all her kids with her from one prison to the other: Bir Saba, Nafha, Lajon, Majiddo, and Shotta. She went to all of them. One time she brought some nuts and almonds for Aisha. Food wasn't allowed, so she placed it all underneath her waistband. The soldiers told her to take off waistband, and she refused, so they took it off by force, and all the nuts fell down. They asked her why she had them. She said that she had to eat nuts all that time, so they locked her in for a week. Days went by. Audi became old, and Abu Audi came back from Amman with great difficulty. He lived with Audi the last year of his life as an ill old man. When I see Audi today, who brings so much happiness to my heart, I ask her, "How are you, Audi?" She replies, "Oh, Denise, I only lived with him for 2 years. If you count the days, you would forget we were married. 2 years, and I gave birth to 6 children from him." I say to her, "Audi, if you had been together more than 2 years, you would have 40 children." I wanted to share Audi's story with you today. Audi raised the most beautiful boys and girls. They are all educated and now have their own homes. This is not the end of the story. If you go to Dir Jarir, you would meet Audi, and she would tell you more stories.
حبيبي والله أحلاك.
من مثلك يحب الشتاء، من مثلك تفتنه الأشجار، ومن مثلك